The Limpopo High Court has handed down judgment in favour of the Komape family with an order compelling the provincial administration to provide within 90 days a detailed list of all schools in the province with pit toilets, along with plans to eradicate these. The defendants in the case, the Limpopo Department of Education and the Department of Basic Education, have also been ordered to show how the funds for this program will be sourced and to explain what interim measures will be implemented to address schools' urgent sanitation needs and immediate safety risks pending the delivery of permanent sanitation measures. Michael Komape was 5 years old when he drowned in a pit toilet at Mahlodumela Primary School in Chebeng Village outside of Polokwane. It happened on the 20th of January 2014. We're joined now by Mhlanga, spokesperson for the Department of Basic Education. A very good evening to you, Mr. Mhlanga. Thank you so much for speaking to us. We know that this case has attracted international attention, or notoriety, as some have said. But do you agree that it was 5 years too long after Michael drowned in that pit latrine toilet to reach this point?
Good evening, Sabiso. Well, I don't know to reach which point, because this judgment is not a new judgment. It's an update to an earlier judgment which had been handed down, where the Department of Education in Limpopo and the Department of Basic Education were ordered to compile a plan on how the pit latrines were going to be eradicated in Limpopo. And the department in Limpopo did put together that plan, and it submitted that plan. But the timeframes in that plan, based on the original documents, gave a 14-year view to say by this time. And the 14-year view was based on available resources. And a lot has since taken place. And the court matter itself, which set in August the 6th in Limpopo High Court, was based on old information, documents from 2018. And between then and 2021, the Department of Basic Education, together with provinces, have made a lot of progress in eradicating.
Mr. Mhlanga, I'm glad it was by your own admission that this is not a new case, but it sounds almost flippant, and you forgive me for saying that, because it was because the family felt that they had to approach the courts again. So as you say, that this case has been through the courts several times, including the milestones of 2017, 2018, 2019, up until now in 2021. Perhaps you can tell us why you say that some of the timetables were deemed to unreasonable. And that's fine for Michael Komape. There have been many civil society organizations and members of communities who feel it's representatives of their basic human rights.
That's correct. We have always acknowledged that the plight of young people who are in rural schools is our priority as well. But in doing so, you need to look at the available resources. So the plan that the Department of Education in Limpopo had put together was based on available funding to say, if we were to roll out this particular project on a year basis, this is the time that it would take for us to be able to eradicate this. But since then, a lot of other initiatives have been put in place, including the involvement of private sector companies that have now come on board, donating toilets across the country, not just in Limpopo. That's why we have now been able to make a lot of progress. But the department itself has now stepped up this matter of the pit latrines by creating, first and foremost, an initiative called Sanitation Appropriate for Education, through which a number of projects are currently being delivered. And the Director General of the Department of Basic Education is monitoring these projects on a daily basis across the country, where the work of eradicating pit latrines is ongoing. That's why we are saying that it's work that we have been doing, and the family, through Section 27, were correct in going back to court to get that plan revised so that we can work from a single document, because we're not working on the basis of the same plan. That's why we say that we have noted the judgment and we're going to comply with it, also because the work of addressing that reporting, the plan, was already underway even before the court matter went to the court again.
But a big part of that was to seek an order declaring that the provincial education departments, including the national education department's plans, were unconstitutional and in breach of a structural order. So tell us a little bit more about this, and of course the mooting of a task team to oversee this, a step-by-step plan of the implementation of this.
I agree with you. That's the point I was talking to say that the plan which the department in Limpopo had put together was giving a long-term view which was not acceptable to everyone, including us. But it is based on the money that was available at that time. You cannot overpromise knowing full well that you're not going to deliver.
Have those conditions improved?
Absolutely. That's what I said earlier, to say with the launch of the SAFE initiative, we have a lot of partners that have come on board. We've got embassies, we've got private companies and individuals, including the department itself, having reprioritized and gotten more money, with delivery being accelerated. There is a lot of work that is taking place across the country. That's why we've now revised the timeframes. It's no longer that 14-year projection. They're much shorter now because there is urgency right across the board. And we did indicate as well that this matter is monitored on a daily basis, including on a weekly basis, where the minister herself receives a report on work that is being done. So it's a priority. There's political will to solve this matter, and we are working with speed to change the situation where elections still
Mr. Mhlanga, I suppose what I'm not hearing you say, that's precisely what you're saying, and what we're trying to understand as South Africans at large. Do you think you'll be able to meet the court order? 6 months, will there be an eradication of latrines?
No, the court order says give us a plan, give us a revised plan. And that plan, as I've already indicated, the team was already putting it together. So we have 90 days to deliver the plan according to the court judgment, but absolutely sure that we'll do that even before that time, because work was already underway to deliver a plan on how the revised timeframes are going to assist us to see a much shorter deadline for the eradication of pit latrines.
All right, we'll be speaking to Dr. Fervaria from Section 27 later on to get their response. Thank you for speaking to us. Elijah Mhlanga is the Department of Basic Education's national spokesperson.